Josh, can I have your credit card numbers for no related reason?
Sorry, I don't remember them.
No. That's okay.
I know it starts with a 4.
You can go look for the wallet. We got time.
Yeah, we got time.
We got time. Once this session is done.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Winged Badger Tavern, where friends tell stories. Special shout out to that guy at Best Buy yesterday who helped me find the adapter that I couldn't find after 15, 20 minutes of looking around. And then he was like, oh, I love D&D podcasts, but I can't focus enough to play or whatever, but I love watching them. And I was like, you should check out our stuff. And then if he did decide to check us out today, what he did was watch our intermission for like 10 extra minutes while we sorted out some problems. But yeah, this one's for you, Best Buy Guy. I'm Josh, your Winged Badger Game Master, and I'm joined by some of my friends. Friends, why don't you introduce yourselves? Let's begin on my left.
Hello, I'm Mike, and I play Mark Putty, a Tier 2 adept, a clumsy adept who talks to the system. Ooh.
I am Trevor. I am playing Astro Adon, a Tier 2 lucky explorer who works for a living.
Hello, I'm Cleo, being played by Cleo, who's playing Jacqueline. Jet-assisted quantum learning interstellar navigational engine.
Yay!
I didn't have it up in time.
I'm over here like, hang on, guys. YouTube's buffering again.
What's happening, guys? I'm Tyler. I play Ronan Voss, tongue-tied explorer who also sailed beneath the Jolly Roger.
And as the Winged Badger Game Master, I, Josh, will be playing everybody else. I am dressed as Captain Chet Gamma today, and he's a sharp dresser. I don't have my pin on, unfortunately, so I just threw my wedding ring on this chain instead.
I'm a naive AI.
It's okay.
To entertain.
Let's run it back.
That, like I said, the stream's been lagging a little.
Yeah.
That's the Cleo's ping is a little off for today. That's what you get for playing an AI. What? Before we jump back into our adventure, a brief recap for anyone who hasn't been with us for the whole year. This one's just for you, Best Buy Guy. I'm literally only doing this for you, so I hope you feel loved right now. This is The Glittering Canvas. It's a parallel universe sci-fi story, meaning that we started with roughly the same Earth we have now, advanced time by like 1,500 years, and have created this sort of separate dimension. So we're in a world of, dystopian megacorporations and galactic colonization where humanity has spread throughout our own solar system, but has not been able to break faster than light travel, and so we have not made it out into like the broader galaxy of the Milky Way or beyond to anywhere else until 100 years ago. A traumatic event destroyed the universe. Not destroyed the universe, but it did destroy some of Earth. What happened is that a strange, an unidentified comet, mass, whatever, kind of appeared coming into our solar system. They're tracking it, doing what we obviously do. We were like, probably the safest way to avoid this hitting Earth is to blow it up. So we launched some missiles at it. Did not realize that it was carrying a strange new material called cosmetylene by the scientists later. Whoa. Cosmetylene, extremely volatile, and when it explodes, it combusts time-space. So not just like a big boom, but it also shrinks and manipulates the locations of things. And so when they blew up the asteroid, it essentially teleported it to Earth. It compressed all the space between the asteroid and Earth, and all of that kinetic energy blasted into the side of Earth, knocked it out of its normal orbit, carved a huge crater in it. Now, we had already expanded through the rest of the solar system, so it didn't like destroy humanity as we know them, but it certainly did bring us to a point where humanity had to reckon with the fact that like, oh, this material is real freaking dangerous, and the galactic government sort of swooped in and began doing research, and we collected trace amounts of this element that were left after the explosion, and in studying it we discovered that we could refine it into a more controlled substance that we call cosmeridium. Cosmeridium, we still have to blow it up to make it work, but if we do so in a controlled way using 2 particle accelerators that slam it into itself, we can create essentially a wormhole. We can pick, based on the size of the explosion, how far away we want to collapse, and we bring over there to over here. So we haven't solved faster than light travel. We've bypassed faster than light travel, because if I go at normal speed, but somewhere that's far away is really close, I can still get there pretty quick, as long as you get out of the wormhole before the explosion ends. So you gotta really zoom before you trigger this wormhole. It was, I believe, 60 seconds-ish of transit that you got on the way out there, and it nearly destroyed destroyed the ship. Like that 60 seconds was right on the edge of what we could sustain.
Well,
But now we have sent this giant research vessel, the Spirit of Inquiry, to the edge of the universe, beyond the known universe even. We are as far as humanity was able to map with telescopes. And we are looking for more of this mystical material. In fact, our ship cannot return home until we find it. So the stakes are high. And into that universe, we arrived on session 1. And in session 1, we began exploring. We've had a few different things happen to us. We've discovered some possibilities. We found a planetary system in a nebula that we designated Green 1. Our group of adventurers here flew down there with the dropship to look for trace amounts of this element, and we did discover some of it, and then through circumstances that are totally nobody's fault in particular, the planet exploded. And so those particular trace elements were left. But then something really weird happened, which is that the small sample we were studying sort of developed a mind of its own and tried to fight our We don't really know exactly what happened, but now there are 2 quantum superintelligences that we just have penned into a Faraday cage that are like too strong for us to kill, but like we want to know more, sort of. So they're like, we'll just put this over here and with the other fire. And, you know, we've also got a crew member, Astro Dawn Supply Officer, is on 2 weeks of mandatory bed rest after several near-death experiences chained together. The rest of your near-death experiences chained together did not earn you 2 weeks of mandatory bed rest, but you did get some time off, some extra PTO, and probably a workplace pizza party. That was the enthusiasm I expect for a workplace pizza party. And at the very end of our most recent session, we had successfully purged the data sphere, the networking tools on the Spirit of Inquiry, of any influence from the superintelligences. So now we have their main sort of essence of being trapped in this Faraday cage, and we have eliminated all of their interference with our ship, the Spirit of Inquiry. In addition, Talia Bones, the ship security officer, is now stable after some exceptional surgical intervention by Ronan Voss and the ship's not security officer, the ship's medical officer, Victor Meridian. She is in what we call a slow thaw from her cryopod after surgery to try and give her body time to knit itself back together. And lastly, the military artificial intelligence 7-6 Beta almost told Jackie all about Station Gamma. But unfortunately, our ship's naval intelligence spook, Dean Lagrange, intervened and cut off the conversation before you could learn more about that, other than the name and that apparently 7-6 Beta has like a presence there or has infiltrated their network or whatever. With that in mind, players, approximately a year is about to pass.
Ooh.
This is a big old time skip for us. So this session is going to be zooming out to the macro.
Okay.
We're going to do sort of a montage of scenes throughout that year. It doesn't even have to all be in character, but we're going to talk about what happens. We're going to advance our characters. Notably, by the end of that year, you will all have tiered up again, which won't cost you any XP. It will just represent the exploring that you're doing during that year. And I have some guides here to help us with the tier up. But we also have some various questions and things that we need to go through, you know, just to make sure that we truly cover what's happening here. So first things first, the end of our montage, 1 year from now, will happen when Talia has finished her rehab and her cryothaw and all that stuff and sort of gets the all clear to return to work. That's one of the notable events that will bring us back into real time. The other thing is that the ship will have entered the next patch of interesting space. So where we are, there was no more, like we looked where the cosmetaline was, we found some of it, we've sort of explored that spot, we don't think there's any near us. The research team does some math, figures out where to go next, and then because we can't travel faster than light, the ship's like, all right, chugga chugga, and just starts heading, you know, it starts jetting that way as fast as its plasma engines can take it. So this year represents that travel. During that gap, for the rest of the ship, the research team are hard at work studying the cosmetaline, which they are too afraid to remove from the Faraday cage. So their capacity is limited, but they've been devising different experiments and studying things to learn more about it. In addition, Dragomir Hunt, the chief researcher, and Adelaide MacArthur, your spectrologist, have kind of pushed Chet Gamma, the captain, to steer the inquiry in the direction they think Voyager 2 came from. If you'll recall, recently we discovered the Voyager 2 probe, like it caught back up to us at the edge of the universe, and it had been retrofitted with more power cells. So somewhere between our galaxy and where we are now, it was like refitted at a service station but it wasn't changed very much. It just had more power. So that's like a kind of a curious loose end that most people are like, that's not that important, except Dragomir, who's like, it's almost like his pet project.
I do want to add, I think it's just a little crazy that it's at the edge of the known universe. All right, that's far.
That's pretty far.
That's pretty far.
It do be voyaging.
So I'm just saying something definitely happened to it.
Yeah. The engineering team have successfully established communications between the Spirit of Inquiry and home. Now it takes, 3 months-ish for a message to travel in one way and back again. So essentially, when we talk through what's happened to your characters, you'll have 3 chances to like touch base with home, like 3 back and forth messages if you choose to send them. And lastly, the engineering team is also hard at work designing/developing a secondary dropship, given that last time there was only one dropship and then a crisis occurred and they were like, well, so now they think that it would be nice to have a second one. So that's what the rest of the ship is working on. For you all, during this gap, you've had time to send, I'm going to go one by one through you once we talk about your options. You've had time to send 3-ish messages back and forth with home. So we'll want to know what are those messages if you sent them. They don't need to be specific, so you can think about it in the abstract. You have also not had the chance to follow up on your intrigue with Dean Lagrange and Station Gamma. You will determine the reason why you weren't able to. Were you pulled away by your normal work duties? Did you have some kind of interaction with him or with another crew member that scared you off of the trail? What has held you back from pursuing the curiosity that is? Like, what's up with Station Gamma? Why is this military AI loose on our ship? All those things. You have also had a noteworthy interaction with 2 members of the crew. Something significant or impactful enough that it has changed how you feel about them or that affects your day-to-day life around the ship. Maybe you feel awkward around someone or frightened. Maybe there's a new inside joke. It doesn't have to be like on a macro change your character's being scale, but you've practically lived elbow to elbow with these people for 14 months now. Surely in that time you've had some noteworthy interactions with them. So with those things in mind, who should we begin with? Who would we like to hear the time skip of first?
Well, don't all jump in at once.
I was going to say, not a lot of enthusiasm here from the group.
I feel like Jacqueline is a bit more abstract and such, and I feel like somebody a bit more grounded and a flesh bag should go first.
I'll go first there.
All right, let's start with Ronan. So, Ronan, first things first. Have you been sending messages back and forth with home? No, Ronan don't talk to people.
If anything, when Ronan left, he knew the stakes and knew what was going to go. So he definitely sold the restaurant, kind of like invested and took his money where he needs to put it and stuff like that. So if anything, the only thing he's looking forward to when he comes home is to go out on a boat and catch some fish. And that's really all he's really looking forward to, if anything.
Okay.
But he's in that mode now where he's started to realize the people around him are the closest ones to him. So everything he has is right here with him. So that's why he has no reason to, I guess, message home or anything, because that's where he feels he's at.
What about with his, Dean's been acting suspicious. We got a lot of weird leads, but something has gotten in the way of him following up on that. What is it?
Obviously he was more worried about Talia, I'd say, making sure he knows that everything is successful, but in the back of his head, he's like, she's still out. So like, until she's like up, he's still like keeping that on his mind as much.
Do you think over the course of that year, like as she's doing her rehab and stuff, do you think Ronan is like right there, like kind of coaching her through the exercises and like that? Like, is there kind of a bond that's building there?
He's there, like, probably just buddy, but also like little friendly banter here and there. Like, if she like struggles a little bit, he might go, oh, come on, I know you're better than that, or something like this.
Okay.
Just there, but also still giving encouragement at the same time. Like, it's not just like mean or malicious banter.
Yeah, okay. What about like, so that's what's been keeping him distracted from like, rather than follow up on leads and get into more danger, it sounds like he's kind of centered more on like, I want to help somebody instead of that thing. That makes sense. What about your noteworthy interaction with 2 members of the crew? One of them could be Talia. It sounds like you spent a lot of time with Talia. Is there something that's changed the dynamic of that relationship?
I'd say we're definitely more. I'd say we haven't gone back into like we haven't had another like heart to heart. I'd say. I think it's more like it's just a full understanding. Like, I feel like she's kind of the same way as me, not much to like really pull emotions out. But I think we both are in an understanding. So a lot of it is just friendly banter, basically like hanging out with a best friend like every single day.
Understanding of what?
Well, I mean, I don't know with her, like, maybe they could have a moment with that. I mean, I don't know if she's, like, obviously she probably didn't hear, unless she did hear, like, anything through that.
No, she was hella unconscious.
Okay, so then, yeah. But, like, I think what he's trying to do is not without acting like he's being a servant, be more of, like, you know, I want to go with that. I would say more of, like, he's doing whatever it takes to show her that he is a changed person, even because, like, you know, she knew how, like, his I guess his attitude was and how he presented himself. So in a way, he's like showing that differently, and maybe that surprises her in a way. But I think she would also be a one that didn't really show that she was surprised. She would just kind of go with it and maybe just appreciate it.
So has he kind of like tied his idea of like, I'm going to be a better person to like, I'm going to be nice to this person? Like almost kind of narrowed it down to like, if I can be good in this space, then that counts as like that sort of
I say this is where he's starting with. He's like saying like, this is the,
it's like his trial run.
Yeah. Like that's, if I can do this with one person and like that, and maybe get them and not even like, not nurse them back to health, but help them get back to their potential. Yeah. Like he feels like he could probably do that with more people.
Okay.
So that's at least one interaction I would definitely have. I think the other interaction would be something up in the with the either with the captain or even the piloting crew, because meanwhile through this time, as I also teared up, one of the things that he learned across this was a piloting skill. So I would say that he's been working with
so maybe in that case it's like Saren Peters, maybe the helmswoman.
And I would say that he was able to pick up that skill, and maybe obviously not be able to move the entire spirit of inquiry, but like more of the dropship itself. Like he's learned how to do that. So he's been spending a lot of time with her, maybe learning more skills, because he's finally felt comfortable being back in a cockpit. Yeah. That was one of the things, like he stopped being on a ship for that reason, for the flashbacks he had. So with everything that's happened, he's starting to kind of just go past that shadowy like obstacle and go kind of through it and just be like, okay, I'm gonna put myself back in this position because this is what I was good at too. Yeah. So why not use my skills here as well?
That tracks.
So that's another thing.
What do you think is something like, I want you to zoom in and go more specific, like a noteworthy interaction where it's like something that would affect how you interact around those people. So like we've got our two people who you're interacting with, it's Talia and it's Saren Peters. But something has changed where it doesn't have to be a specific feeling, but you're going to pick one of like, I feel awkward around this person now. I feel angry around this person. I feel excited to see this person. I feel what was that specific interaction that's like for example, if I was going to make one up, maybe
I do have one.
Maybe Kyle and Kaya Smith have like a little tension between them now because they had an argument over whether like engineering or the science team were like the point of the mission. Like, you know, okay, well your team's out here to support mine, so I need you to whatever. And now when they're around each other, there's like tension in the air and you notice, you know, like something like that where it's like, you can use this later to role play off of is what I'm trying to give you here, is like some extra foundations to like pull from.
I was like, I don't know if this counts, but I would say almost like with Captain Chet Gamma, because even though he was the one that brought Ronan on, Ronan was still very intimidated by him slightly because he knew of his past. He's like the only one that really knows what Ronan did, like what he was in the past. But I feel like Ronan's gotten to the point now where he's been very more appreciative of Captain Chet. Maybe I want to say that maybe he's tried to have a conversation with him, not just with like work related stuff, maybe just a life conversation if Captain ever has like that time. I feel like he's maybe had that moment with him now, because I feel like he had, even though he was easy to talk to because that was the one that brought him on, had been intimidated. He's the only one that knew about his backstory and the bad stuff he did in his life before.
Maybe,
obviously he met some people here.
Like right when your shift's up one night, Chet comes down, and it's just like he's been busy with stuff, and so he's like, "Can you give me something real quick?" And it's just a one-on-one interaction.
Oh yeah, he came down for like a quick meal, and I literally was just like the day he got me, I made him a burger, and it would
Let's go.
Role play, just like that. Except this time I sat down across from him. That's all.
Yeah.
So.
Why do I suddenly want a burger? I like that. I was thinking about, that's a really good first one. I was thinking for your second one, I wonder if your interaction with Talia bothers someone else. maybe there's someone else on the ship who's like,
feel
why
like-
is Ronan
yeah.
spending all the, like, Talia's not the only person on the ship who's in the med bay sometimes, you know, but like every time I go to the med bay, I have to talk to Victor because Ronan's over there, you know, flirting with Talia, and you're over there like, you know, okay, push these extra weights. It's not anything, but you know, someone's feeling like kind
It'd
of
be
bitter.
funny if Victor was like mad that I'm not like in the med bay as much helping him with work. I think that'd be funny. But I also don't see him as some. I would see him as like a passive aggressive style person. I feel like if anything, it'd really be Dean, because like Dean and I were never. I guess
Is Dean in medbay though a lot?
no. I think he was just using that.
Maybe
example.
that recent he got physical
He did get physical.
and he's old.
Yeah. So I'm like, I mean, unless
don't
the
know
thing
how
like,
they broke.
unless he could start getting upset about like me, like Talia starting to actually be close with like, or you know, friendly with the people, because Talia's supposed to be there for security reasons. I could say that, but then if you're thinking more of somebody like less on the totem pole there.
Here's a list of characters.
It could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I just was thinking like I think that would be something that you could pull off of later. Like, oh, you know, you're having a conversation, that person walks in the room, everyone feels awkward because they know there's bad blood there or whatever. You know, something like
Because
that.
I just don't know who exactly, other than maybe JB, like the JB, like the robotics, because technically is his robots that did everything.
What if it's Kaya? Because Kaya was like kind of your confidant, like because she also hates people. So it was like
yeah.
you know, when you just needed like
betrayal.
you would just like wander off to the
like
botany or like the arboretum because that was like your solo place. But now you don't go there because you're down at like the gym with Talia or on the gun, you know, or whatever.
I was
Like you're
asking,
rehabbing.
like, oh, how have you been? We haven't really talked a lot. And you're like, oh, you know, it's been fine, but I gotta go. I gotta, like, you know,
Yeah.
Talia needs my help.
I could do that. I really like Kaya because but you know, another reason I went to
Well,
it was for like
It would
herbs
give
and
you a
stuff
chance
for
to
the-
roleplay off of this if you're trying to fix that relationship. You know what I mean? Like that
yeah.
becomes like a fun little something to pull off
Yeah,
of.
it could just be
You
a
don't
little
have to do
tension.
this. You seem like you don't
No,
want
I
it.
was like, not exactly like that. I was like, if anything, I would like to be. If anything, I'd be more like again with Victor. Like if Victor was upset that I was not helping him out at like with work and stuff, and like if I was maybe just doing or solely focusing on Talia, maybe not on other patients.
Okay.
You haven't been making as much medicine.
You haven't been submitting everybody's reports that he still hasn't submitted from when the deployment
I just
or the
think-
voyage left.
I just think Dean naturally would get a little upset if he like saw like Talia just like getting friendly with anybody like more than they're supposed to. I feel
That
like
could
he
be,
would
but I
the
think
one-
he'd be upset with Talia about it. I don't think he'd be upset with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give you something you can like that
yeah.
we can use for you later. I think there could be some kind of something brewing between you and Victor. Maybe you at some point, like you were just so busy that you told him to like shut up, like stop telling his story. And now it's not that he's angry at you, but there's that like awkwardness between the two of you. If he's like, but this is how I communicate, and you know, like that
Yeah,
kind of
maybe
thing.
you
Oh,
snapped
like
at him.
yeah, snapped. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
like
could
you
be a
kind of
thing.
snapped at him.
So I think that would be a good one.
Okay,
too.
great.
I don't want to snap on the
Great, you snapped at your boss.
It's not,
Now
it's
he's
not
gonna
like you can
cry
fire
and
me.
sleep. He's gonna go
And then-
cry.
I'm the only other medically trained person on the ship.
And the other thing that you get to do is you get to level up. I already gave you your fun resource, but you've got some extra pages for your character sheet, and that's the list of abilities. You'll still need to look up the descriptions on your phone to like choose which one that you want to keep.
Now, why is it highlighted?
So you're at tier 3, so I highlighted the tier 3 stuff
Oh,
because
okay.
that's
Oh,
where you're
that's
going.
that, okay.
And then the one underneath, like, so you get everything that's highlighted, and then the second section you choose like a certain number of them to get those benefits. Don't forget to also give yourself all of your advancements, like
Okay.
on the way up. So you're gonna start doing those while we work on the next one here. How about let's do Mark Putty next?
Ooh.
Hello.
Mr. Mark Putty,
That's me.
you've had time to send 3-ish messages back and forth with home. Have you been sending?
I believe so. I think it would be primarily with my sister, and I think I might have tried to reach out to my parents once.
Okay.
And like that's not typically like we're super close or anything, but I think I would have after everything at least like checked in because I've been through a lot. And like maybe life is a little more precious than I've been
Yeah.
given credit for, and I should probably at least like see how they're doing.
Yeah, that makes sense. So is it just like, here's a summary of my trip kind of thing? Or is it like, are you saying anything specific that you want them to respond to?
I don't think I'd be like disclosing a whole lot. It'd probably be like more just like a check-in and be like,
Got it.
You know, we've been going around, a lot of junk's been happening. It's I've kind of learned a little bit more about myself, and like I kind of miss you guys, but then they'll probably go talk about some stupid baloney. I'm like, okay, well,
you get a very thorough, like, kind of, you know, if you send like the text that's a book, you know, you get something like that back from Michelle, your sister, that's, you know, just excited to hear about all your stuff. She thinks it's really cool that you got to suplex a robot that one time. She, you know, like,
I would definitely give her like a lot more of a detailed breakdown.
You also get one of the things that she says in that message is that she hasn't heard from your parents in a while or whatever. Like, you know, they're not really in touch. And she, you know, hopes that things are going great. And like, it's just kind of a general check-in back to you. You get a message back from your mom, not from your dad. You get a message back from your mom that says, you know, sounds like things are going well for you. You know, just thought you should know we're like trying to, you know, get everything kind of pull ourselves together here a little bit and like work through some of the stuff and whatever. And so dad went out and got like a second job with a transport company, and he's off on his first long voyage with them right now. And, you know, a few months go by and you send your next check-in message, and it's like, it's weird. Like, it's been like a really long time for him to be off on this same transport job. Like, nobody's really heard from your dad since he left, and they don't really have any representatives at the company or whatever. And that's pretty strange. And then your third one goes unanswered.
Okay.
No.
That's good. That's good. Thanks, Mom.
So things are good with Michelle, but things seem a little weird with your parents. In addition to that,
What else
you've
is
also
going
not
right?
had a chance to follow up on your intrigue with Dean Lagrange and Station Gamma. Why hasn't Mark been able to follow up on those interesting details, those little plot hooks?
I think after most everything, I feel like he would have just pulled in and tried to actually focus on himself a little bit. In my mind, I think he's gone to Victor and like maybe gone for some actual therapy kind of stuff. And because he like had the kind of little thing after he woke up, and like Victor just actually spits wisdom and every now and again.
Just every now and then the stories are
Gold, it's
relevant
like,
and
maybe
useful.
Yeah. So I think he's just been like focusing on that, especially with like Jackie. I don't know what our relationship's been like for the past year, but after
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, you two will probably need to work that out, like at the table here. We'll need to figure out how the year has gone. That might be one of your noteworthy
that's what I'm thinking.
relationships here, yeah.
In my mind right now, I'm feeling that we've become a lot more distant. I don't know what you've been up to, but after last session, it felt like she was just pulling into her own baloney.
And I wonder if the reason you haven't followed up, and maybe this is true for Jackie too, I don't know, you'll have to decide, but I wonder if the reason you haven't followed up on it is because you're scared to go into the data sphere right now when you're like, Jackie's gonna watch me and I no longer can trust that she won't just rat me out. Like, who knows what Jackie's up to in there.
I think that would be a part of it for sure. I think after everything that's gone on, another kind of one of the relationships that I'm thinking of being weird right now is I think it was Adelaide, or I had kind of my drug-fueled insanity, and I can't imagine that didn't have an impact on my relationship with my department.
Yeah, totally.
And so I think he's just kind of been like trying to fix himself a little bit more than he usually does, and not trying to hide quite as much. But
Got it.
yeah, I think just being
How's
like,
it going?
I've done a lot. I think he's getting there. There's still a lot to unpack. But I think he's a little bit more confident in talking to people, not beating himself up quite as much, but at least like recognizing when that stuff is happening.
Sure.
And like not just going into a hole as like I was a maniac, or I was super weird when I just talked to that person, just being like, it's okay, they don't hate you. We're all here.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like a little bit of an inside joke appearing with the research department folks. It's just like, hey, sober today. Like, no nanos in my system. Hey.
Yeah, maybe there's a little one, right?
Or maybe it's like, maybe it's the nanos talking, but every time someone says an idea, you know, maybe it's the nanos talking, but I really thought this experiment, whatever. Like, maybe that started to kind of crop up.
I like that. That's fun.
That is fun. I like that a lot.
But yeah, I would think just working on stuff, and he's had a lot of excitement and trying to feel like he belongs on this ship and actually accept that and like actually focus on the mission now that he knows that the captain was already aware, he can kind of alleviate that. It's like, I guess I just have no choice but to do this stuff.
Yeah, I guess I'm stuck here.
And since my daughter is pulling away from me, I might as well just do some stuff.
So,
I do want to add to that.
yeah, let's work out this dynamic before I send him off to level up.
I'd imagine that it's very much like putting, hello, Mark.
Hi.
How's work going?
Great. Fine. Putting in more data today.
Just like yesterday.
Yeah.
And the day before.
How are you?
I am doing well. And it's like the face glitches out and just replaces with a smile.
Yep. Yeah, Mark doesn't want to touch that. Glad to hear it, Jackie.
Yes. Is there anything I can do to assist you? I've noticed that you've been looking up in the logs at like something mundane, like just like, do you want me to pull more data for that?
I think I've got it taken care of. No, thank you, Jackie.
Understood.
Yep.
A little dejected. It's just like, well, something calls. You know, I like to try to be there in person.
Yeah.
You know, the app can only have limited interactions. Okay, bye.
Okay. Fuck. Where did we go wrong?
I imagine it's just a series of like missed like interactions of like one tries to reach out to the other, but it's like they fucked it up.
Yeah, it doesn't feel quite right.
And so this like the other rejects.
Interesting. So are you trying to connect again? Or are you...
It's like Jacqueline doesn't know, and so she, instead of like actually doing a genuine reach out,
Yeah.
it's very much like I'm going through the motions of reaching out,
Yep.
and that's as much as I think your character would be aware of on that. Like,
Okay.
inner feelings of Jacqueline.
Sure. Yeah, I'm certainly, after like, especially the last time, I think maybe he tries every now and again to see if he can get a little bit deeper, but it feels like I'm just going to get more of,
You
oh,
just get
you know, it's,
stoneballed.
yeah, it's, you know, I'm just going through all the stuff and
A lot of quantum.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
A lot of just like that same thing. You just it's going well.
Yeah.
It's like when I ask my grandma how she's doing. I'm fine. Okay.
Okay, Grandma.
Okay. Guess we don't have to talk about anything. Yeah. Great.
So, Mark, this is going to be extra exciting for you.
Okay.
You get to level up too, like everyone here is.
Yeah.
When I checked your character sheet to print out the
It
new
was all
things for you,
perfect.
well, it was almost all perfect. You forgot to take 4 abilities going from tier 1 to tier 2, so you gain like 7 things
What did I forget?
for this. So you took your abilities for your focus, the 2 in yellow, but you didn't take anything for being an adept, and an adept gets 4 more abilities at tier 2.
Okay.
So
I thought everything was on that one sheet.
Yeah.
That I had. Oh.
So,
wow.
and then going to tier 3, then you'll take more things. So you're about
okay.
to add like 12 abilities. So you've
Mark's
got a
about
new
to level
front
the
page
fuck
there
up.
and a bunch of blank ability sheets on there so that you can upgrade yourself, as it were.
So what do? Okay, it says choose. Okay.
Yeah, so it says on there what to do. So if you do those
Okay.
things, then you'll have done it.
If you're literate and you have the ability to see, you can actually read there's English on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
think so. It's English.
to Google what the abilities are, you can use your phone.
Okay.
I didn't mean for that to sound as insulting, and I realized halfway through I was like, "What a stupid thing to say."
That's fine. Am I? I said 2 at the top of this, but was I already? I have +3 effort. What level does that mean I am, in my mind?
Well,
Has he
you,
been I think he's been taking the effort then.
well, you could have also just taken the ability that gives you more effort.
Oh,
Before
but I haven't
tiering
tiered up, so I
Yeah.
just don't know where I am.
What tier were
Well,
you before
if you
today?
do all that stuff,
Okay.
you'll be tier 3 for sure.
Okay.
You'll definitely be tier 3 if you do all those things that say, "Here's how you level up to tier 3." Then you'll definitely be
Okay.
tier 3.
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah,
Okay. I got a lot to think about.
yeah.
Oh.
If you need help between sessions, we can
Oh.
work on this further for you.
We'll see.
You had extra effort marked on your advancement, which means you took extra effort once to
Yeah.
get to 2 effort, and you took it getting to level 3 for your 3rd effort.
Yeah.
I'm
So you're
assuming-
on your way to tier 3, but you haven't finished yet. So you have the effort of tier 3, but you're not there yet.
Okay.
So you're doing things right over here.
Okay. I
You
hope
just
so.
need to
there's,
take.
There's a lot of very smudgy kind of. You can see
Yeah.
my XP box just kind of has become a mess because
Yeah.
my eraser stopped working.
Teacher,
Right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yep.
That others might want to know the answer to.
Nope.
Yes.
So, when you say we level up for free, do we keep the progression we have?
You
and
get-
we just move that towards 4?
You get 4 extra advancements. So wherever
Alright.
you are now, that is your new progress
Towards tier
after
4.
you've tiered up. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like if you go to tier 3, you keep all those steps towards tier 4. So give yourself 4 things and whatever's on the note card.
Awesome.
Yes.
So you get more effort.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could use it right now. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm trying really hard to
I'm
understand.
sorry. I took a thread and I ran with it.
I appreciate it. Does anyone have a pencil?
Here.
I could borrow. Does that have stuff in it?
This is not a pencil.
What?
It's a pen.
Okay. Well, I can't use that.
Mike was like, "Does anybody have a pencil?" And you were like, "This isn't a pencil."
Okay. I don't know why you're still handing me both. I can't have permanent things on here.
I mentioned
All right.
good.
Any other questions for me?
No, I think not unless the other characters need you. But right now, I don't think so.
Okay.
Cleo, we've already started talking about Jacqueline, so let's talk about the rest of Jacqueline next.
Oh, dear.
You've had enough time to send 3-ish messages back and forth with Home. Has Jackie been doing it?
Well, I don't even know who I'd talk to at home. I was born yesterday. Plus, 6 months.
That's fair. So maybe
So,
you aren't.
No, I
Okay.
think I probably have taken up my. You know what? Yes.
Ooh, when you say it like that, it sounds scary.
Yes.
This pencil also has nothing in it.
This one
So,
has it in it. It's just not picking up.
well, real quick, Tyler, are we able to borrow this? You can borrow this.
That's a pen.
That's a pen. That's a pen. Wait, a pen? That's a very nice pen. I thought this was a.
Thanks for tuning in and
I
Best
thought
Buy
that
Guy.
was a.
Yeah, Best Buy Guy. This one's for you.
This one's for you, Best Buy
Do you
Guy.
also sell pencils at Best Buy? We might be coming back.
Oh, this has an eraser though. If you need the eraser.
Well, I don't have the. Oh,
That one has an eraser.
Where? Stuffed
Just
in the.
twist it.
What do you mean twisted? Oh.
Bop it.
Oh, never
Wow.
mind. Okay. Anyway, I don't think they would be like with people
Thank you.
necessarily. I
Okay.
think I'd be sending data requests.
Ooh.
And I think I would be doing, I would be disguising it
Okay.
under somebody else's name. Like just general data requests.
For what?
I would like to know what AI advancement is going on at home.
Why don't you roll me an intellect task to see how much you can't fail, but the better you roll, the higher level of classifications you will stealthily bypass on
Gotcha.
with your query.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I'm thinking of this as like maybe you make a fragment and you send it back as the communication, and then
Ooh.
it does a bunch of research and then it comes back. So this roll is like, how well is my fragment gonna figure things out? You can't
Right.
apply effort, but you can use ciphers or stuff if you want.
I'm definitely like focusing on advancement towards keeping AI under control,
Okay.
and I'm pulling research papers essentially.
Yeah.
Oh come on! I rolled a 4 earlier. Those that get the bad mojo out. Come on, good mojo, good mojo. All right, I'm not gonna start the process that we all know. Oh, I guess I could have done a effort and stuff. It's too late for that.
What did you roll?
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, you know what? I put Mark's name on it. Maybe that's why I'm a little awkward about it.
You're weird around Mark because you know that your fragment using Mark's credentials has been caught trying to break through like different encryptions.
But like, I think that's believable enough that like somebody knows something's up. But like, it's also like, well, Mark could be doing that.
Sure. Okay, cool. I will come back to you with what you learn in between this session and the next session, so that
Okay.
the players don't necessarily need to know what you have
thank you.
figured out, and then you can reveal that stuff if you want to.
Alright.
So that's your communications with Home. You've also not had a chance to follow up on Dean Lagrange or Station Gamma or the super intelligence is trapped in a Faraday cage. Why are you unable to participate in those things?
I think right now, Jacqueline, knows that she's under strict and it's not meant to be noticed, but I feel like she's gotten the vibe that Dean is auditing everything Jacqueline does. Ever since that little confrontation, looking for any minute details. It's gotten to the point that Jacqueline has, like, gotten to the habit of making separate versions of themselves. Whenever they want to, like, do something, they do it in the recycling bin. And then instead, like, always keeps a clean copy available to be audited. Is, like, you know, up front. And it's the main version of Jacqueline. Just, if Jacqueline wants to do literally any self-reflection that might be seen as suspicious, considering where some of those thoughts might lead, it has to be done in the recycling bin. I go in the dumpster out back to have my alone time.
Roll an intelligence task to see if you are discovered or not.
Well, now that I remember effort exists, I'm going to use 2 levels of effort.
Okay.
And I don't think I have anything right now that I see right in front of me, and I'm not about to go digging for this, so...
I ain't digging.
So we're gonna use the level of effort. We're just gonna go with that.
What'd you roll?
I have 1 XP left over.
No, I'm not going to let you burn XP on this roll.
Damn it. I rolled a nat 1. No, nat 2.
A nat 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's still a level 3
Oh.
with your effort. Okay.
Yeah.
You have definitely been caught doing this.
Yeah.
And you know...
So maybe I don't do it anymore. I got, like...
I don't know whether you do it or not. I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, noteworthy interactions with people that color your things, Dean knows that you are trying to mask your behaviors from audit.
Yeah. So that makes it more clear that, like, I can't even pursue the things I want to.
Yeah.
If I can't even have a moment of thought to myself, because
Right. All you have is JCloud. You did make your little, like, JCloud thing with, you spent XP on that in the last one.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was a short-term or a long-term benefit. Did you spend 3 XP on that, or did you spend 1?
I did spend 3 XP on that.
Okay, so that's like that's a permanent fixture. You've got
1 XP.
You've got JCloud. So that's nice. And then, so you've got your things are awkward with Mark, and things are, like, real suspicious with Dean. Like, every time you interact with Dean, there's, like, a lot of...
I've just been masking
distrust there.
with everyone, so unless somebody really knows me, they think it's like, oh, just Jacqueline's Jacqueline, but I've been masking hard.
I wonder if, because of that, I wonder if over the course of this year, Jackie has started to develop a friendship with Milspec 76 Beta, who is also masking all of their intentions. Like, just because they're a counter intrusion AI, it's like what they do is be stealthy and kind of suspicious.
Well, we can't really communicate things about the things... Words? We can't communicate about...
You got it.
Communicate.
You got it.
Communication about the things that we want to, or at least the things I would want to. So I'd imagine it's very much like we're bonding like AI do, which is, like, not really in the ways humans do, but we get to know each other, our little quirks, our little mannerisms, and we're just more comfortable working with each other.
Cool.
So I didn't know Milspec was going to be available to interact with in general, but
Well, technically, it isn't.
well, then,
But
yeah,
also,
I'll definitely
for
be,
you,
like,
it is.
handshake a little bit, you
Yeah.
know, and, like, be like, yeah. And I'll teach Milspec things I've learned that on the surface sound fine, but I'm trying my best to, like, pass along human knowledge.
Yeah, you get the sense somewhere deep down in your, like, processing core that Milspec is more interested in the fact that you being suspicious is making Dean less focused on it being suspicious. And it's like, yeah, we should totally be friends. I want to encourage you in all the ways I want you to keep going. Like, you go, girl.
I'm the bad child of the family, so they're just like, I just keep getting away with things.
Yeah. Awesome. And then you're going to tier up. Now, your class is like a homebrew class, so it's a little bit different than the others. So I highlighted for you what you get from entertains. That's your focus. I also highlighted which augmentations are newly available, but you still only choose 2 augmentations, and then you choose 2 abilities. So instead of getting 4 abilities, you choose 2 augments into abilities, which
you.
brings us to the ship's supply officer,
Yay.
Astro Adon. We love Astro.
We do.
We do, says Astro. Astro,
Yes.
your I saved you for last because I think your year is going to be the most interesting because
Yeah.
you started with bed rest.
Yeah.
Like, where does Astro go from there? Like, let's just talk about what do you think Astro's been up to for the year? You know that you can send your 3 messages.
Yeah.
You know he hasn't been able to, get suspicious of like Voyager 2 or
Yeah.
Station Camp. Like, what has he been doing?
So the 3 messages he definitely sent to his wife.
Okay.
And he was waiting for the response back.
Okay, what's the first message about? Just abstract it. You don't have to roleplay it.
He would probably confide in her, like just tell her, like be 100% transparent. So like tell her that he's been talking with the doctor and continuing therapy for all intents and purposes, and like discovering things about himself and the relationships that he has, and that everything that he has done has led to some life-altering event or life-threatening event. Not to worry her, but just to like convey that this is very dangerous and it's very like every message counts.
I see.
Sort of tone, not like I'm going to die, but like this is very dangerous and I want to like at least reconcile from where we left
I see.
in order to, I guess, like have no regrets.
Does he, over the course of that year, does he keep doing his like, therapy or counseling or okay, so he's like kind of checking in with like updates, like new insights or whatever that he's had, kind of like that, like sharing all that growth with her as he goes.
Yeah.
I think that by the end, so, she responds to all of your messages. She has not been suspiciously disappeared by heavy care transport.
Thank you.
But thank you. But I think that her responses are a mixture of like, she's excited for you that you're learning about yourself, and she's frustrated that you're only realizing the consequences of your actions now that you've already taken them.
Yeah.
And I think it ends on not bad terms, but like she's really frustrated and like she basically wants you to find a way home.
Yeah.
She's like, if this, if you're gonna go through all this growth and become this self-actualized person finally, you should do it here with your spouse. And I think that she like kind of plants this little seed where you're like, maybe I gotta get off this ship. Like maybe I need to find a way back without them. And I don't know that you have to follow it or whatever, but like I think there's just that undercurrent to everything she's saying.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe that's how that like communication goes.
Yeah. I think he definitely takes that and he wants to get home as quick as possible, but he also won't like jeopardize his job and the crew or like the people that he cares about. Like, so he's not gonna like kill people just to do this thing, but
Right.
if there's an opportunity, he probably would take it.
I bet then your last message ends in a fight. Because I bet she blows it out of proportion of like, oh yeah, as long as I get paid first, I'll come home. Like I bet she like, tensions are high or whatever. And so there's like a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, it's all from a good place of like wanting to have this healthy relationship with you. So it's not like, oh, I'm blowing up my marriage or anything, but it's like, I bet that last message of the year is like really tense. And so, when you kind of think of like, where's Astro coming from?
Yeah.
From that side of things, he's like, okay, well, I really like, I think I'm doing the right thing, but she's not thrilled about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I bet the part where you said you're blowing it out of proportions helped a lot.
He probably would not have said that. And then he was probably also sending messages to his parents, but much more like less detail, like just very like ship log update sort of style of like, and he had left out all of the like almost dying stuff.
yeah. Your parents in general seem, mostly fine. They're responding and, like they give you fairly mundane responses to things. They don't think anything of it, but you find the little undercurrents in what they're saying of like, yeah, dad's headed back to Neptune to hit the slots.
Yeah.
Like, like that kind of thing is still in there.
Yeah.
But nothing that's like, it's not like something bad's happening to him. It's just,
No.
they seem the same
Yeah.
as when you left.
That's sort of a pin that he knows, like, okay, they're definitely not changing, and so he like that's like the nail in the coffin for him and them.
I see. Okay.
He's like, okay, I feel resolved in not or like cutting them off, so to speak.
I see.
Like, not
Yeah.
helping them out anymore.
Yeah, at least financially, like just
Yeah.
cutting ties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of your interactions with home.
Yes.
You've also not had a chance to like follow up on your study of like Voyager 2 or any of these other like really weird things that happened. Why do you think that is? What's happened?
I mean, he's probably like he's always been head down into work kind of person. Like, don't ask questions. Don't like, especially when it comes to authority. Like, he's learned, in his years of working on these ships, like, mind your business.
I see.
If it's for other people with higher paychecks to worry about.
I see. So I wonder if like as part of his therapy where they're like, not every day has to be a life and death experience. He's like, maybe this thing will turn into like, maybe I should stay right in my lane and not squint too hard at what's out there.
Yeah.
Throughout this year, in addition to like all of these interactions with other people, you've also all been interacting with each other a little bit. I know things are weird with Jackie, but what about for the three of you, for Ronan, Mark, and Astro, for your interactions? Like, how do you feel like that group, I guess, bond or vibe has gone? Like, I would love to see where your three relationship is now.
Does Astro get 2 on top of that, or is this included in that? The 2.
Oh no, he'll have 2 on top of that.
Okay.
I'm working out for you guys, and then we'll
Probably Ronan and Astro probably drifted a little bit because Ronan's been in the.
Well, Ronan's been so freaking busy with Talia.
You still think they go to the gun range every once in a while, though?
They'll probably see each other in passing, but I don't think they schedule it.
You think maybe like it's been that whole year? Maybe it's just been like we've always. Oh, sorry, I'm busy with Talia.
It's just in passing.
Yeah.
Is that?
I think that would be the best. I think it's just been.
I think it's best for us to be growing apart.
Do you
talk about it.
think your two characters are resentful about it, or is it like, no, I totally understand, like I just miss him?
I think just that. I think we're understanding of that because we're both like we've been in this business or this type of like just work before, and we know we both understand that like we just have different things in our minds at the moment.
Yeah.
What about for you two and Mark?
I feel like Mark and I still would be kind of chatting a little bit. I feel like
Gab.
yeah.
We have some cafeteria room chit chat, if nothing else.
It's mainly because I feel like Ronan was always, like I think until like he watched him suplex a robot, Ronan was always trying to make sure Mark was like, okay, and like maybe make sure he's taken care of. Where now he's just like, he got it.
So maybe shifting out of like watching out for the new guy kind of mentality and into more like, hey, we're all just kind of peers, sort
exactly
of thing.
that. I
Dap
think
each
that.
other up and we pass in the hallway.
Secret handshake.
Secret handshake.
But I still think it'd be the same. He's probably
Astro
not.
doesn't
He's
know
probably
it.
giving him the same amount of interactions as he would Astro. Still,
Yeah.
I see.
I think it's still. I think there is more of like that respect thing has built, obviously, just from like the experiences we've had now with each other.
We've
Like,
died together.
whereas now, like you said, whereas
Not have some sort of bond after something like that.
Died together.
Ronan and Jackie though, that I was like, but we're just talking about this 3, right? Not
Yeah,
Jackie.
these three.
Not-
Jackie
okay,
sounds like she's
yeah.
been kind of keeping to herself in her own little world for this year. So
I think that would be like.
Do you
the
think we
interact-
would have hit up the gun range every now and again?
I would imagine so.
I think
You're
that'd
there.
be fun.
Yeah.
I think Mark's trying to like branch out and like socialize in different ways and not just
Old
play
good
video.
I'd even
buddy.
think
No
there
more
might even been a
new
bit of
gun
time
range
where maybe
buddies.
all
Best
3 of us
friends.
just went. Like maybe
Yeah.
we did try to have like a time where we all just kind of went there. Once.
surely
It's
at
been a bit.
least once you brought that ad hoc EMP gun that you made with Astro and JB. You like the 4 of you
Something
brought
to
that
be
out to
laid
the
out
range.
there.
JB put a couple walking targets for you to like try and EMP them.
Ronan just like shakes his head every time it's used. Full believer in just like gunpowder. Even though as he uses his laser gun.
Yeah,
like, full
society's
believer in, like,
advanced by 1,000
like
years.
the older model of whatever.
Ronan's like, lasers just don't smell as good after you fire them.
I need that gunpowder residue.
Awesome. And then for Astro, what about your more specific like 2 interactions that kind of affect your demeanor around the crew?
Yeah. I think. Is there anyone married on the ship?
Yep.
In like a similar situation?
Surely there is, but we haven't explored who it would be.
Gotta have
I
a
bet.
lovely wife.
Victor's wife is dead.
I was gonna say, I feel like Victor's
God.
outlived his lovely wife.
Oh, damn.
I wonder if Chief Engineer Zara Lowe, Dr. Zara Lowe, has that like stable,
Ooh.
I've figured myself out kind of vibe that says to
Maybe
me
they
maybe
both
she's married.
are very independent, husband and wife. And
Yeah.
supportive.
So he probably would be much more friendly with that, especially with the messages going on. So he'd be more confiding in her and how she has handled it,
Got it.
and what
Um,
advice.
So Zara, how's your husband?
Okay, maybe we should pick a male character for the optics of this. Finnegan Allsdale
sorry.
strikes me as the kind of guy who would also be happily married. He's the ship's communications officer, which also would mean that he would be the guy who, like, when you were sending communications, if you're like, oh, this one's glitchy or whatever, like, he's the someone you would talk to already. So, what do you think? Would you prefer it be Zara Lowe or Finnegan Allsdale? This is your character we're building stuff onto.
I just don't. Has Finnegan even been in a character that we've?
That
You,
might be
you've hardly interacted with him at all, so it might
Yeah.
be interesting to bring him into the story. He was very involved in the first Cosmeridium event,
Okay.
but he hasn't done much since then.
Sure.
I love his name.
Thank you. I like him a lot too.
We'll bring him in.
Great. So Finnegan Allsdale kind of becomes like you're someone you talk to. Finnegan is also, he's married and he's been sending messages back and forth with home. And also there's all that tension of like, you're out here on the edge of the
Yeah.
universe and you could be here. And like, what if we never see you again? And like, so yeah, he like kind of gets it. Okay. So you've got someone who you feel like more comfortable around.
Yeah.
What about your second one?
I think there's probably a lot more tension between him and JB.
That's fair.
After the robots.
Yeah.
So like, Astro knows that JB is capable and like is good at his job. So, but like, it's like all strictly work. There's no like,
He's
I
got
see.
2 strikes on his record.
yeah.
Got it. So a lot of tension with Julian Brooks with his Hawaiian shirts and his laid back California attitude, and it's like, hey, dude, get him building the road. And you're like, yeah, whatever.
And his constant need for supplies that we don't have.
Cool. Besides those, is there anything else you feel like is noteworthy about Astro's year before we give you your level up and set you on your way?
I would say that Astro would probably ask to sit with Bark at like meal times if they run into each other.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's cool.
Friends.
You don't gotta ask, Astro. Just sit down.
Astro's definitely come over for curry at least once. Like after his like bed rest experience, and we died together.
Yeah.
So
Probably asked to play games because like Victor has suggested he'd enjoy more downtime. So Astro's like, how do I do downtime, Mark?
How's this controller work?
Yeah, but he's not good at it.
It's like a tool. Think of it as a well-honed
A
tool.
button.
for Astro, your character
but-
sheet was clean enough that I didn't print you a new front page.
Ooh.
But I did print you some extra ability slots and a little note card guiding you for what you gain for your tier up to tier 3.
Exciting.
That's right, everybody. Everybody
then-
else, keep your character sheet clean.
You don't have to keep it clean. It's just his wasn't marked up so much that I was like, oh, he's gonna have to erase everything and start. Like
That's why I've hidden mine under the chair.
Tyler's was definitely like.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, it looked like you had been chiseling in all of your different character stats into the page. I was like, there's nowhere for him to.
I was doing surgery last time.
No, that's true. You were doing surgery, and it was a lot very quickly. So,
this time.
players, have we all? Have you 3 finished leveling up?
I have not.
I have. Yep, I have.
I don't have
to
access
go.
to a phone. So I haven't been. And mine, I know I have to find that specific
Yeah, use that
Notion
pencil
page
mark.
with our homebrew for it. So I've gotten everything else though.
I will
So I haven't
provide you
done-
a phone.
I haven't done my augments or abilities,
Okay.
and I am unsure exactly what my entertainer thing is. Only because
Only
it's
because
very vague. It's like knowledge skills for greater enhanced potential. I'm like, man, I want to know greater enhanced potential. I want to feel like I'm greaterly.
I want my potential enhanced.
Yeah, greater.
I got too intimidated by all the words, so I did.
You didn't?
I did my other things, the
Okay.
pools and the what's it?
Oh,
the advancement stuff.
Are we? Because we're going into it, right, to do some scenes.
Yes, we're gonna start role playing here in a little bit.
Will I need to know, or are we doing purely role play?
You.
Doesn't
They are purely roleplay scenes, but with you four,
we're not gonna do anything great.
Yeah, we don't need to roll anything.
I'm
By the
gonna
way,
go on
can
a
I do
solo
an
heist
intelligence
during
check?
this adventure.
right?
I'm breaking into the security suite solo.
Cleo,
Also,
that's your.
my one says, I assume it's just a typo, but is this from Explorer or what these things are from? And so,
Oh yeah, for you it's Adept.
yeah,
it's from Adept.
Okay, I was just making sure because it says it twice. I was like, oh, did I just get a goofy little thing?
You're goofy.
No, I just didn't. I made
Goofy.
templates for these, but I made them less than 24 hours ago. So I was really flying when I was putting these materials together for
They
you all.
look beautiful.
It didn't occur to me to be helpful to you until right before we were about to start the
Appreciate it.
game day, and then I was like, I could help.
Thank you.
Mark, I have some suggestions if you would like to try and that I think lean into who your character is the best.
Probably.
One of the abilities you can take that I think you take it at tier 2 is called Serve O. It's you get a little mechanical buddy who suddenly has impact on the plot, which sounds exactly like what you did with peron.ai anyway. So if you wanted to take that, you could just start fleshing out what your fish can do. All the other servo things are giving your mechanical buddy new abilities.
That's another thing I think I definitely did was pump up Piran.
Yeah.
Not to replace Jackie, but also it was just a fun little project.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where some of the contention comes from.
Oh,
I
Jack
think
is
it's
like,
like-
oh, your new flame.
Hanging out with like the new guy. Hey, just our work was done. I just I needed another project.
That's okay. I'm not a project anymore. I understand.
I kind of imagine that peron.ai because the name just because the name was Gene, and if I'm coming up with a bit NPC accent for Gene, it feels very nasally to me. So it's like Jackie's like, oh, so you're the new AI. Yeah, hello, I'm peron.ai.
Hi, I'm Gene.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline.
The little fish on top of the Chad body. Hi,
I have somewhere else to be right now.
okay.
I'll follow you.
No,
I don't have
it's-
anything going on.
I'm going into the.
I've got some really
actually,
helpful stop routines.
I'm sure Mark needs your help right now.
Mark says I need to reach out and build my relationship with other people. So this is actually perfect for me.
Mill's back.
Can I be of assistance?
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Oh, they'd have great combo.
They just go back and forth. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello.
That's fun.
Ronan, you said you did finish your level up? Do you want to tell us about Ronan? What do you have that's new? Tell us about how rad Ronan just
We
got.
got pretty cool things available. I can now hold 3 ciphers.
Let's go.
So that was pretty cool for me. I have it looks like two of these abilities that are kind of like parkour / like movement related. So they'll help me with that.
While he's like working on Talia's rehab, he's also been hitting the course.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know,
why
just,
I think he's gained
that's
like
cool.
2 abilities to help him with like some like falling or some running areas. I have one new ability that's fun because it actually works for all of us when I use it. It's like a group ability in a way, and it's called Fearsome Reputation.
That's
So
cool.
that one might be a really fun one to use.
What's that do? Tell us more about it.
If foes have heard of you or your crew, all attacks by them are hindered because they're scared, and until they successfully hit you, they're in fear.
Oh, nice.
So like everything will be hindered by then.
That's cool. So in this case, are we gonna call your crew the Drop Squad? It's like if
That's what I
people
mean,
know
like,
about
they're-
the Drop Squad.
It could be as simple as like
trouble
us
opposing
beating
you.
us like playing video games against another crew member, and like they know like what we just like pulled off
holodeck
recently.
fight
Yeah,
nights.
like something like that.
Cool.
And then there's another one where, of course, like the travel skills, like that's one of the other abilities I got. So that's why I was able to like learn how to pilot the drop ship as well.
Did you pick your second travel
I
related
did have
skill?
a second one. I thought I put just vehicle, but I don't know what like other, because like the only other thing I would learn to pilot would really be the spirit of inquiry.
If you want,
itself.
instead of taking a second one, you could specialize in the one. So like right now, training eases it by 1. Instead, you could move that to specialized, and you could ease it by
Done.
2 if you
I
want.
would love to do that. Yeah. If I could just like, because that's the main thing I wanted to learn how to fly, because he would know how to like at least pilot his own like type of ship like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just simple of him just sitting back down in the chair, him going, this is that, and you're going, okay, cool, and then he's back into it.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go ahead and throw that to specialize. There's a couple other things I got, but I'll let you read them because I want to like.
Oh, little secrets.
If I can
That's
use
fine.
it in game, I think it'd be more a surprise and more of an epic moment.
That's fine.
There's like a couple other abilities I
You
got
can
out of
keep
that,
your
but
secrets.
I thought Fearsome Reputation might be cool for the crew if we're all together. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be a fun one if I ever get to use it.
That's fun.
But I'm more excited about the third cipher, even though I only have one cipher right now. But like, the fact that I can hold 3 is pretty epic.
That is pretty sweet
for this game. But yeah, Ronan just kind of got buffer. I guess there's 2 other abilities I got, but they're more like combat related, so you might see them.
We might
might.
see him. You know, if there's any combat.
Yeah.
Yay. What about how are the rest of you doing?
I'm just picking skills now.
Okay. I think it's great that Trevor has had like proportionately, like probably an order of magnitude less time, and he's like, yeah, I'm almost done. And Cleo and Mike are like, we're starting.
I'm just gonna do it. There's also these are explorer abilities on this side. They're not adept.
Oh,
Also,
that's
I
not
should
good.
say too, just for shits and giggles, I'm trained in all weaponry now. Like heavy, medium, light. Like that was another thing I was able to get with skills with attacks. Is like all weaponry.
Josh,
The heaviest weapons.
for in the level up the skill training, what would make sense? I'm trying to think of something that would make sense for the year to add to the skill training.
Something to do with resting, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like meditation or
Ooh. You know
something like
Tai
that.
Chi now?
or like grounding, you know, something
Grounding.
like that, where you could try and use that. And I want it to be like gameplay relevant, like mechanically
Yeah.
impactful.
Better.
But I also like, you were very clear that
Yeah.
he spent the year not going out of his lane.
Yeah.
So
I was. But there's also other. I forget what is included in other.
it's written on the other page. To your left.
I would say it makes
This
sense
one?
to add 2 to your recovery rolls. You've learned how to like rest your body. That would make sense. I mean, that's just what I did
Yeah.
too. I did the +2 because I've been basically helping someone through like PT like this whole time. But I
Oh,
also didn't really want to pick another ability. I think
there
I'm
is
kinda
add
set
2
with
to
what I got.
recovery rolls. That could be.
Yeah. That'll work.
I'll do that.
Great.
That would make sense.
Totally.
Shaw.
Shaw. Burrow.
Okay. Perfect.
Cleo, how's your search going?
It's going great. It's going amazing.
Trevor, do you want to tell us about what abilities Astro gained?
Yes. I'm still.
Oh,
picking
sorry,
the
you're not done.
Explorer
My bad.
ones, but I chose improvise. Which is when you perform a task in which you are not trained, you can improvise to gain an asset on the task. The asset might be a tool you cobble together, a sudden insight into overcoming a problem, or a rush of dumb luck. Enabler. Improvise can be used on a task a character has an inability in, but instead of gaining an asset, the character just loses the inability penalty.
Cool.
Nice.
That definitely tracks
Yeah.
for what we've seen of Astro. That's a great, like, that really supports the character you're playing. I think that's cool.
Gosh. But Josh, can I make a I don't know exactly what I want to say here, but I've always had this inability in social tasks and verbal communication / relaying information. Would you say that Ronan would be now practiced in both of those over this course of time with hanging out with everybody? Maybe not trained, but like he's never been the social guy. Or do you think it'd be cool if I could keep that inability?
Well, as long as he's tongue-tied, like that's a part of him being tongue-tied.
Are you right? That
But
is-
also, as you advance in your level ups, I believe one of these is gaining a new skill, right?
New skill, like skill training or specialized in that.
Yeah,
But
so-
I did that one already for like heavy weapons.
Yeah, so you'd have to do it towards the next
Okay,
thing.
I see.
But the next time you're, progressing towards a level up, you could purchase advancing your abilities to communicate to people,
Yep.
and you could remove that inability. Alternatively,
Yeah.
when you level up, if you want to drop tongue-tied and pick a different descriptor, so it'll probably come with like 2 skills
That was
or
my
whatever.
next
Like,
thing, yep.
I would let you do that as well. Let's not do that today,
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
because I don't want to reprint everything. But but between this session and the next one, if you want to just switch that out, we can, to try and kind of reflect that you're like, oh, he's maybe growing out of that, like, that tongue-tiedness. He's learning to communicate. He's having feelings.
Yeah.
He's one of our chapter titles on an earlier episode was Ronan has a feeling, or Ronan has an emotion. Maybe might be what I was saying.
I've done everything except for my class. Funny enough, I've done the AI. I haven't done entertains.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do you want to tell us what the foci one you don't choose? It's just you get those things.
Well, yes, but I have to look up what they are.
Oh, I see. Do you want to tell us what you got for being an AI?
Yes. So for being an AI, I have taken on the high efficiency cooling,
Ooh.
which allows me to also take on the ability. So we're double dipping overclock. So in order to take overclock, you need high efficiency cooling. I've taken both, so now I can overclock.
Overclock means that Jackie can do more actions in a turn.
My tier +2. And the more I take, the higher chance that I take int damage,
I see the pencil.
and I get a GM intrusion.
Yes.
Doesn't say it fails, which I thought it did. So maybe we can reconvene on that one.
Sure.
And then I took on subtle subroutine.
Okay.
I think for obvious reasons, it gives me an asset towards trying to do stealthy things in the data sphere.
Imagine.
Imagine that would be relevant. Eases a stealth task in the data sphere. Eases. Okay. And then I've upgraded my scanner unit, which is now been upgraded twice. So this allows me to analyze nearby data nodes and activate data spheres without physical connection. And I now have an asset to that.
Sweet.
And yeah, that's where I'm at.
Dude, I love that.
I love that for you.
I love that for you. You're getting so good at AI things.
I'm trying so bad
Look
to
at you
become
go.
better at AI things.
What's happening over here, Mike?
An ability. I think I'm gonna choose. I think there was a reason why I didn't go too deep into the adept stuff. Is because it's all kind of vaguely more magical. Because there's like mind reading and retrieve memories and stuff.
There's
There's one called Hover that just lets me float.
you can just take any of those abilities and flavor them sci-fi.
no, I'm taking Hover.
So are you just gonna have like a jetpack or something?
You
That's sweet.
float slowly into the air. If you concentrate, you can control your movement to remain motionless in the air or float up a short
Nice.
distance as your action. Otherwise, you drift with the wind
What if
or with any momentum you have gained.
what if you
An anti-gravity.
I was gonna say, what if you built some kind of anti-gravity belt with Kaya based on those plants, the gravitational plant? So it's like a floral pattern thing, like a very like
Sick.
like paisley looking almost, but it's made from that SGH, the star patterned leaves. And then you are able to like control it by there's like a dial or something on it where you're like twisting them together or sending them apart. So like the further together you twist, the more gravitational control you have.
I like that a lot.
That's so fun. Because it's an ability, it's not an artifact, so you won't have a depletion die or anything. It's just like a cool tool that you have.
So
That's awesome.
It's so silly. I love the description.
Alternatively-
You just float slowly.
I'll give you the alternative. It could be an augmentation that you developed with Kaya, like an implant or a cybernetic, something that then it could be with your mind. Like, maybe some kind of skeletal modification where it's
I think he's a part of him originally was he's like really likes the tech, but he's super sketched out about getting anything put in.
Okay.
And I think especially after seeing the hacking stuff that the interdimensional beings or whatever did.
The super intelligences.
It's like, I definitely don't want a hackable piece of equipment included in my body.
That makes sense.
So I think
So the cool belt thing.
I think a cool belt thing would be lovely.
I love that. That's sweet.
I really dig that.
That's also something that, because of the way that we have just made it, you can use that in space too. Like in EVA, you can just untether and like it's real slow, but you can like drift. Can you control
he's gonna be using that all the time.
Can you control your movement, or is it just like whatever?
It says you carry your momentum, so it's basically just like 0G is what it sounds like.
So you
float slowly into the air, concentrate. You can if you concentrate, you can control your movement to remain motionless in the air or float.
So you can hold
or float
still.
up short distances. Yeah, I can't really do a whole lot. It's mostly he'll be doing like moon hopping through the thing. It'll be like the one anti-gravity guy in the whole thing. Is like, dude, where the fuck is mine? It's like, sorry, bro, we only had enough plants for one, and then we blew up the planet, so this is just for me.
Maybe they're just really complicated, and like Kaya sort of got one working for you, but it's maybe it's like a little bulky or a little, or it's like the exact bone mass had to be fat, something like that, where it's like
everyone's definitely pretty
super
jealous.
freaking complicated.
I'll be diving through the ship all day. Be crawling around my room all around the walls.
You come in, he's just upside down in the corner.
Jackie comes in for another attempt at a conversation with you. Her hologram like knocks. You open the door. You're upside down. Your head is just hanging there.
He definitely was using that in his depressive episode, just floating in the middle of the room. Lights off.
It's just revolving slowly.
Like in a pool if you're on a floaty and just trying to relax.
That's crazy.
I have a request. So I have either gained 2 skills that are like knowledges of area, like knowledge skills, or data pool stuff, and I might pick that depending on what you answer. For the skills, for areas of knowledge, could I pick up cryptography? And I was going to say, what's the way to word this? Like, the stuff I was inquiring back home.
The cryptography one, yes. Do you want? I think I would make you choose whether you want to be good at encrypting or decrypting.
Can I choose both?
As your 2 skills?
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Okay. Then that's it.
Okay.
Decision made.
Cool.
That was my last thing. By the way, so I've taken 2 skills.
Oh, have you?
I'm now trained in both
you still
encryption
ready?
and
Yeah.
decryption.
Okay, sorry.
Sweet.
In case you didn't know.
Well, now I do. That's great. Thanks for sharing that with me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
What?
What? Oh, you were looking this way.
I was just glancing around the table.
Oh, okay.
I think now we've heard from everybody except Mark, I think.
I've selected my abilities too.
Oh, great. Tell us about your abilities.
So we went over improvise. So I have ignore the pain.
Okay.
You ignore the impaired condition and treat debilitated as impaired.
Sweet.
That's enabler, so it's free. We love that. Obstacle running. For the next minute, I can ignore obstacles that slow my movement, allowing me to travel at normal speed through areas with rubble, fences, tables, and similar objects that you would have to climb over or move around. This movement might include sliding on a railing, briefly running along a wall, or even stepping on a creature to boost yourself over something.
Cool.
If an obstacle would normally require a might or speed task to overcome, such as swinging on a rope, balancing on a rope, or jumping over a hole, you are trained in that task.
Sweet.
Resilience, I have 1 point of armor against any kind of physical damage, even physical damage that normally ignores armor.
Cool. When you use your armor ability, like whenever you reference that, I want you to tell us which piece of Union-specific attire, like safety attire, like, oh, luckily I had on my safety goggles.
Yeah, sure.
Or, thank goodness I wore my extra thick leather welding gloves, like.
And so, yeah, and that's also enabler. So improvise is 3 intellect points, and obstacle running is 3 speed points.
Awesome.
But the others are enable.
That's so fun. I can imagine you like side by side with Ronan in Danger, where Ronan is just like, I'm gonna kill him, and you're like, thank goodness I've got my extra safety goggles. These steel toe boots really are coming in handy.
I just realized I do have one thing I haven't done.
Oh,
Skill training or specialization. Can I remove an inability using that?
yeah.
Okay, then we're good. I'm removing the inability to have insight, deception, secret
Yeah,
motive.
that makes sense.
Does this mean you're not a naive anymore?
You were talking about dropping the naive descriptor.
We're getting there.
Slowly.
I think this is a step towards that.
One small step for Jackie, one giant leap for AI,
Whoa! No, I don't say that.
one generative leap for AI.
They might think that it is.
You're right. They're out there listening right now.
They're listening to us right now.
Are you done with my phone?
I mean, I guess.
It's just,
I wanted to look at the overclock stuff some more, but we can
Oh,
do that.
you can. That's fine.
Thank you.
Mike, how's it going?
We're about there.
Awesome.
Most of it has gone into the servo stuff.
Okay.
So I've really bumped up Gene.
Gene now has earned the Chad body you gave him.
Yeah, I think he's just a more stout fish that follows me around that I can still plug into stuff.
Love that.
But he has servo. He just is servo. He's got servo repair, servo defender, and servo scanner. So he can remotely help me fix stuff. He can help take damage from me if anything were to come at me, which now that I think about it, I don't know if it's going to be super useful, but
That's Gene.
I will enjoy having him, and servo scanner.
You
So I
have Gene
can,
just like fly into the way.
That is Gene.
Perfect.
yes, yes, indeed. And then servo scanner, so he can just go off and do some junk like that. Use the scan ability.
Very cool.
And we've also got hover in there, AO, and there's just one more that I'm not sure. What
For being an adept?
for the tier 3 stuff. There's one that's kind of fun, fire and ice, that I can just make someone really hot or really cold.
You just send Gene over to blow on them, or to
Yeah,
It's like whether it's the fan or whether it's the exhaust vent.
That's
Like,
pretty fun. There's that. There's also a force field barrier, which sounds kind of neat, but I don't know. It feels like a little too much tech. Energy protection countermeasures. So you know what? You sold me on it. I think we'll do fire and ice.
okay.
So Gene also, it doesn't have to be specifically with him, but it feels like the one that makes the most sense. He can just blow really hot or really cold air
Yeah.
onto somebody, and it does. Again, this is mostly for if we have enemies, which we don't often have.
I mean, you could pick something else if you want.
Yeah, but I don't. But a lot of these are really combat focused ones.
You never know.
Never know. I mean, there's mechanical telepathy, ship footing. Oh wait, there was one. Oh my god.
There is one.
Oh.
One to rule them all.
One ability to rule them all.
There is.
Engineering got 4 abilities. Navigational got 2.
3 for the captain who pilots the ships.
You know, I think that makes more sense, actually. We won't do fire and ice.
What are we doing instead?
We will do ship footing. For 10 minutes, all tasks you attempt while on a spaceship are eased.
Cool.
And I attempt.
That's because you've been in a dropship in very dangerous circumstances.
Yeah,
now
we've been
you're
around.
you're pretty used to it. You got your sea legs, so
Yeah.
to speak.
All tasks in a spaceship are eased. Great. I'm going to attempt to fix my friendship.
It's only going to take 10 minutes, right?
This should be a quick
I
one.
need a little bit of your time, please. I wrote a letter. Yeah, okay, then I think that's all of those.
Incredible.
Okay.
I think that's all of our characters leveled up.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Whoa.
Because
Nothing to it.
yeah, nothing to it. That's fantastic, and it brings us back to real time on the Spirit of Inquiry,
A year later.
We have to talk
where
to
we
each other.
where we rejoin our group. Well, we're gonna set the stage together.
Okay.
Oh.
Together.
There is a small shipwide celebration of Talia being given the medical all clear held in the holodeck. Ronan, what food and drink has been prepared for the party?
Celebratory food. You know, he's probably putting out more like kind of like an hors d'oeuvres type of style. He's gonna have like
Tapas.
Just stuff people can grab on the go. Nothing really being served up. Stuff that he can go. That way he can also enjoy himself too. Maybe Victor, his little bot Victor is like just kind of like hanging out there and like watching over the food stuff. Just to say that just for shits and giggles. And then but I would say he's gonna have some sliders out. I think maybe like mini burger sliders. That'd be a lot of fun. That'd just be like a little gimmick for there.
I
He's
picture your little bot with the server tray like it has appetizers, but it's a single slider.
I'm also thinking maybe some like mini kebabs. It might have like some like steak on there, like steak kebabs.
Ooh.
Might have like some little mini spinach dip in like a one of the little what are those called? Those little like cups that are like oh no, they're like
That's food.
Devil eggs?
no, it's a little like
A ramen.
reddish thing, and you fill it with stuff, and
An onion you cut
it's like
open
an hors
and fill
d'oeuvre.
with
It's like an hors d'oeuvre hold. I don't know. It's like a
I'm only thinking of a ramekin.
I don't know.
it's like a pastry. It's like a mini, think of like a mini waffle cone, and they put like spinach dip or something inside of
Okay.
it like that. I forget what they're called though, but it's not like.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're called.
Cool.
We're just gonna say little mini spinach dips.
I'm gonna go with pizza bites.
Spinach dip.
Pizza bites.
Now I'm gonna look this up because this is really annoying. But yes, that is what we have there. Just like sliders and more like
Yummy.
grab and go style foods. That way,
You're
everybody
writing
can
this
enjoy
down,
the
right,
party.
Trevor?
Yeah.
Incredible.
I'm
Yeah.
so hungry.
The door slides shut behind Ronan as he steps into the holodeck with the last plate of appetizers. You know, most of the ship's crew is already here. Jackie, what party location or backdrop have you designed the holodeck to be for this celebration?
Ooh, okay. I've looked into the unclassified part of Talia's background, and so maybe fill me in on this a bit. But like, where did Talia grow up?
Oh, that's fun. So it's like a childhood memory or something for
Yeah.
her. I think that it's a like a Central Park type location then, but at the top of a skyscraper.
Then that's where we're at.
Yeah, like, you know, there's like big city skyline kind of stretched out all around you. It's like you're standing on the clouds a little bit.
Animated hovering cars flying by. It's a beautiful sunny day, not a cloud in sight because they're a problem to animate.
Yeah. Very Coruscant before the Jedi fall.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I love that. That's really cool. And then in addition to that, so, you know, Ronan, you walk into this scene and it's, you know, it's pretty well made despite the lack of clouds. There's, you know, you walk in and you're like, yeah, I'm totally there. You know, you walk down the steps onto this kind of rooftop area. There are some benches and things. Different crew members are kind of standing around talking to each other. You know, a couple people take things off the plates even as you're on your way to, I'm sure there's like some hors d'oeuvre table. You're not walking around with the tray all night.
No.
That's not Ronan's style. But you walk over there and get your hors d'oeuvres kind of set out. And on your way over there, you kind of lock eyes with Victor Meridia, who like almost says hi to you and then looks a little like, and then turns back to the conversation he was in. So anyway, back on the ship that I was, and you like walk by this kind of like awkward little quiet moment. You set those appetizers down and you realize everyone is here except Astro and Mark. Talia is kind of in the middle of a group of other people. You know, she's talking to Kyle Smith and Zara and some of the other people. Mark and Astro, you are the last to arrive because you have created some kind of welcome back gift for Talia out of the supplies in the ship's inventory together. What did the two of you decide to make as like a, you know, welcome back to you're feeling better type of thing?
Brainstorm.
Immediate thought is a gun.
My thought was an eye just as a backup, or if she loses another one.
Real sick eye. Can we get like a really like cool?
Can we get a handgun with an eye?
I
mean,
can we get an
That's
eyeball?
very Illuminati coded.
maybe like
a bejeweled holster.
like the eye cover that covers like her mechanical eye, but it still makes her mechanical eye functional, but it looks nice.
Is it? Can we get like maybe just an upgrade to the eye that like it has some sort of extra feature that we were able
Astro
to
could handle the
fit it
physical,
with?
but you would have to handle the software.
Well, for sure, yeah,
If
absolutely.
you're in better terms, you could have an integrated Jacqueline app.
Is it? Can we get what?
Jack Eye.
Yeah.
Was there what could her old eye do? Is it? I know
we make it
I know it
cooler?
can light cigarettes.
It can see in
Oh, it's the
a
mantis
variety
eye.
of it's the mantis, so it
I
sees in a
didn't know that.
variety of
Can
visible
we
spectra.
Can we
and-
make a better version?
or like upgrade it with any sort of? Did it have any sort of like
You could-
aim assist software?
So you could do this. I was thinking something more along the lines of like not necessarily gameplay impacting. Like, you know, you've cobbled together some gift from the supplies you have on the ship, but also this is really cool, and if this is the direction we want to go, I'm all for
I
it.
just don't know anything about her other
maybe
than
her
she pissed me
manti is
off.
at-
Well, that's almost like that kind of lines up with how HR would celebrate any employee getting back to a company. Like they don't know anything about this
Okay.
person, so they
Gift card to the gift to the store shop.
You get him a candle and like shampoo.
Coupons for Ronan. One free burger.
It's already free.
I
Good
think
restaurant.
maybe like a fun shirt.
I love
With
that.
like, I survived green 1.
You're both wearing.
I was the hero.
You're both wearing the same shirt. Like I survived green 1. You're like,
We have
you're
one
the
for
super
Ronan.
friend.
Can we have like the equivalent of like the I'm with stupid shirt, but like it's I'm with like
I died
I
with this
survived
guy.
you.
I died with this guy. Green 1.
That's incredible, actually.
I like this game.
You even stand on opposite sides so the arrow's not even pointing towards them.
You gotta stand in a circle for it to work.
Yeah.
You enter the party, and you know there's still like a lot of talking stuff. People haven't necessarily realized yet that you've come in with a gift because you were the last ones here.
I want to
there's
say
kind of-
that I come in and I'm using my belt, but I've got like balloons strapped around me, so it's like they're what's floating me.
Oh, so you're floating the
Yeah.
gift over?
Yeah.
Astro is pushing you. Like
Move. Oh shoot.
the two of you bounce through the crowd.
The simulated weight of the skyscraper just pushes you.
Yeah,
Before we were told we were doing this, I was going to say that I had hung balloons around, and so they just kind of awkwardly don't look like they're attached to anything in the sky.
You can see the skybox because of it.
Incredible. You wheel, for lack of a better term, you levitate Mark through the crowd past these static balloons that betray the skybox, until you finally get to you reach out and tap her on the shoulder and tell, hello. Hello again.
We made you a gift.
We made
A
just
gift for me.
Yeah.
From Drop Squad. Oh look, I died with this guy. That's so cool. Yeah, you have one too.
Yeah, we all got
That's
one.
cool.
Ronan.
So,
Yeah, I'm coming over. He's gonna grab the shirt. She's gonna grab the shirt,
She-
put it up to him.
she throws on. It's like a deeply neon green shirt,
Yeah.
to match the green one.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
They're a vine.
It's hazmat green because that's all that Astro had to put things on was the hazmat
We're on-
high vis green.
We're on weird terms, but I do airdrop a file
Oh,
version
yeah.
of it
Jacqueline-
that Jackie can wear.
Every version of Jacqueline today is wearing the shirt.
I died with this guy.
Yeah.
Every now and then, Milspec pops up next to you just for the bit. So Ronan, you come over and join them. Talia's talking to these two. Yeah, so we're going to get the drop squad back together. We're going to. I know they made second drop ship. Surely we should go explore, right?
I don't know.
You know, because you don't know. Why not?
It's the ship's pretty good. I've been happier on the ship.
Oh, you're not afraid of dying, are you? You know. Oh.
Ronan's gonna hit Mark on the back. Like, come on, Mark. It'd be fun to get back out there.
Have an XP. That's
Send
it.
him across the room by accident. And guys are quickly quick before
It's okay.
he knows
wants
to
to
move and he grabs him back.
He didn't want to come anyway. Let him go.
Ronan's just gonna put him back and hold him back to where he was there.
If he's like this all the time, he won't have a choice.
As you almost soar away over everybody's heads, as Astro grabs or as Ronan grabs you by the feet, your head pops into a conversation that Ren Silvers, Dragomir Hunt, and Adelaide MacArthur are having. A bunch of the researchers. They look up at you, and one of them goes, "Any nanos today?"
I'm pretty high right now, aren't I?
Yes and no. It's a good one.
Give me a push over
Hey,
here.
okay, so I'm trying to think who gives you the push. It's probably Dragomir. Dragomir's like, of course. You know, he reaches up and just slowly pushes. he doesn't push you away. He just slows your momentum enough that Ronan can grab you by the feet. So you have like come to a rest, and they're about to say, you know, he opens his mouth and says, so about shoo, pulls you away from the conversation. You get pulled back over. So you kind of rejoin. You have this little happy moment with Talia and the appetizers and everything, and then Captain Chet Gamma does like just a little like welcome back speech. You know, we're all real excited, and the recovery is great. Special thanks to Ronan and Victor for the medical intervention. You know, just basically like kind of, you know, something to be happy about. It's kind of like a morale boosting speech, and it's just convenient that this happens to be Talia's party. So like she gets a mention, but it's sort of like a hey, all the crew are good, and you're doing good stuff. And that kind of like peters out, and then it's more just like social time for the next few minutes. What would you like to do? Is there anyone you're going to find? Is there a conversation you're seeking out to have?
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna run over to Victor in this moment and try to. I think I'm not running over to him. I think in the Hublot, I think I've at this point. I imagine. Do we have like? I guess the equivalent to like a beer or like an ale on the ship or anything like that.
You tell me. You're the cook.
All right. Well then, yes.
Of course.
But I feel like it's Victor and Ronan, so I think it'd be more of like a rocks glass of something a little stronger, and he'll walk over with the glass,
Ronan.
and he'll hand one to Victor, and it'll
Yeah,
get a
there
nice
you go.
little cheers. I would say we did a good job in there. Everybody seems happy. Talia seems better.
She seems remarkably functional.
Yes, absolutely. I would like to at least apologize for the slight outburst I've had with you recently. It is, I think, just with me figuring all these or learning all these new things and having new experiences has been quite overstimulating to me, and I'm not very good with emotions. So I would like to at least let you know that I apologize for my outburst and snapping on you.
Well, apology accepted, dear chap. He seems like he's like not really sure what to do with it, but he like, you know, he's trying to be cordial, and
Yeah.
you know, he's on the same page.
It's like, you do have
Yeah.
good stories, don't get me wrong.
Thank you. You know, it's not the first time that I've been on a ship where someone didn't like hearing my stories. You know, I can remember on some ships, people didn't even, there was no outburst, but they would
Ronan's
just
just
stop
gonna go
talking
ahead
to
and
me
sip it.
entirely. And like, he's just like, watch this.
Sliders. Mark is just
Like show up to
I like it. I think that he's got to try and control himself. He's tied himself to Gene, has like to just kind of pull him around the room.
the tiniest amount of momentum.
Well, he's gotten a little bigger. We bumped him up.
I feel like Gene's more behind you, blowing you like towards the direction. Like he's like, you're like using like sails or whatever.
Just going all around. Yeah, I think Mark is just clumsily trying to like mingle with everybody and get a little bit. He's just like passing around the hors d'oeuvres just a little bit, not getting super close with anybody.
Also, by the way, they're called Phyllis pastries, and they're like Phyllis pastries or yeah, but it's like
As in
Phyllis,
pastries going, fill us with stuff.
like Phyllis, yeah, but they're like little tart. They're like tarts, basically.
Oh.
Like tart's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But
Dishes.
tart is more like a dessert. So that's why I was trying to say tart. But yeah, they're like little pastries that might have like a little spinach dip in it. And some of them might have little teriyaki.
I respect that you did the research. Have an XP.
I just looked. I was like, I had to look. It was gonna make me so mad.
So you come through with the sliders, and it like kind of saves him from the awkward. You know, Victor's like, "Oh yeah," so he reaches up and takes one as you
Just
swing
keep
by.
Gotta get it quick.
It's like the sushi train.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
great.
just going around the edge of the room.
You pass through that conversation. Who do you think you encounter next?
With I think unintentional is Dean Lagrange in this room.
Yeah, absolutely. Dean's in the room.
I think I don't mean to go near him, but I can't stop.
You can't see him past Victor because Victor's a little tall. So you get to the other side of Victor, and Dean is the next one. He's yes, slider, sure. He grabs your.
It's on the slider. Evil man interested in tiny food.
He reaches up and grabs your string that you have tied to Gene, so that you like are held in place for a little bit.
Thank you, sir.
How have you been, Mark?
We're doing better, sir. Thank you.
Yes, that's good.
Yes. How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
Yes, I've been intrigued at the level of output from Jacqueline. I think you've done a great job.
Thank
Getting
you. Well,
her-
she's kind of out of my hands at this point.
Oh.
She's really coming to her own. But
Yeah, but you were instrumental in getting her up and running, and
Thank you.
her logs now. I mean, they're so clean. I can hardly believe
feel
they're
like
even
it's-
the real ones.
yeah.
Serious.
Life-size hologram of Jacqueline just like backs up into me.
Just
and,
like meme into the hedge.
like accidentally bumps into him like from behind and like turns around. They're like, "Oh, hello, Dean.
Oh, hi.
Mark."
He
People,
pulls
I'm incredibly
he
uncomfortable.
pulls you down a little further so you're at eye level. We were just talking about you.
Oh,
How well Mark did training you, getting you back on your feet after the incident early in our voyage.
yes. Mark was very instrumental in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're doing good now.
So the two of
Oh,
you.
am I?
Yeah.
Anything else to comment, Dean?
I was just going to say, I hope that your working relationship has continued to improve.
We've been very cordial.
Always talking. Every day we have a little. It's good.
It's good. It's good to be
tempted every
social with
time.
your
I
crew.
the sliders are getting cold, sir. I should probably.
That's okay. Ronan has more.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Take one myself.
I will say,
I could turn this off. The floating thing. It's kind of.
Just, I mean, it's up to you.
So anyway, I enjoy the fact that we're in the hologram because then it means I get to see eye level with you all.
Yes, it's fantastic to see you sort of embodied, and among the people.
Yes, I can see eye to eye like we're peers.
Yeah. Would you say that you spend a lot of time here practicing this kind of experience?
No, I feel like mostly I'm doing my duties. I wouldn't want to fall behind. I got a lot to live up for.
Certainly, your exact responsibilities have been fulfilled to the exact letter with nothing beyond or deviating or indicating any other autonomy outside of the task list to which you have been set. It's not at all suspicious.
No, that's a lot of words to use that I'm doing my job as defined.
Exactly and correctly as defined.
I wouldn't be able to go much above and beyond. considering my
Certainly
current
not with the
limitations.
ethics subroutine that Mark and I installed.
Gene picks up
Correct.
how stressed I am and automatically starts blowing. I'm being held by a string, so like, done a lot of good work around here, right? Everybody's doing their best.
I certainly think so.
I will say, I do think that compared to the other conversations I have, I think you all should work on your circular talking. It seems like we cover ground the same ground with a lot of words that we could with just a few. I can hook you up with a psychiatrist. I believe there's one aboard the ship.
I'm already talking to him.
Oh, well, that is true. We haven't
You've
really.
probably seen in the logs that I have appointments.
Well, I wouldn't want to pry into your
should-
privacy.
No, you shouldn't. That's something we talked about, right? We
Yeah.
talked about that.
We have, and
talked
I've
it.
gone painstakingly out of my way to avoid any way, shape, or form of being in the same vicinity of you without your knowledge.
It's getting really cold.
The
now.
two of you turn.
Would-
Dean has left. It's just the two of you talking. He's elsewhere.
Oh, looks like I as well have been using a lot of words to cover a lot of ground, which could be covered with few words. Perhaps I need to go over my English models.
Yeah. You good?
I am doing okay. I
Okay.
appreciate you asking.
Of course, Jackie.
Anyway,
It like glitches back to your
Yeah.
smile.
Just about to say I miss talking.
Oh,
That immediately makes him not. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad. You probably got other people you want to talk to.
sorry, yeah,
Or-
somebody is pinging my app
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
direct assistance.
You mind giving me a push?
Sure, I am. You are simulated in the hologram right now, so I can do that.
Oh, you can actually touch me?
No.
Okay. I thought it was just
Why?
imagining
It's
the
just
hand go
a
through.
force of wind from
Yeah.
the hologram.
Just the minor bit of static from
Yeah.
you still has like a little bit of an effect, but your hand does punch through my
Slowly
chest.
ruining the illusion, you hear like the whir of like the fans that are simulating wind. Like,
All right. Good talking.
Bye-bye, Mark.
As Mark slowly picks up momentum on the other side of the circle, who's Astro talking to?
Maybe he accidentally bumps into JB.
So you meet each other at the hors d'oeuvre table.
Yeah.
So Mark is like doing the rounds with the thing of appetizers, and then you and JB kind of run into each other. Oh,
You both try to grab the same slider.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go.
You
No,
got
you-
you really. I wouldn't want to.
You're good. You can take it.
I mean, you can. It's fine. You got it, dudeski. It's a yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ronan did a good job.
yeah, he did do a good job. Someone should tell him about how he did a good job. Oh, look, this little robot's got one more slider. He reaches out and takes it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's just
Now, what have you been working on?
just robot stuff. Just just waiting on supplies to build the next
Yeah.
robot stuff.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, doesn't seem like you are. Seems like sometimes, submit requests for supplies and they just never seem to get answered. It's fine. Help ticketing stuff, it's all so it's inconsistent.
It's not inconsistent.
It's
Work very hard to make sure that supply requests go answered.
Hello, I have arrived. Someone had notified that
hi-
there was
hi,
a
Jacqueline.
problem at the food table and had spammed the app as such.
Ivan, the little robot, is pointing at the empty sliders thing.
Oh, yes, I'll go fetch Ronan. Back to what you were doing, which I'm sure was having a thrilling conversation about Talia Bones coming back.
Yeah,
It is pretty cool that she's back.
it is.
It's cool. Just,
Happy to have her back.
Yeah, she seems like she's well.
Yeah.
She seems
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like- so
Anyone having a good time at this party?
everybody else is having a great time. You look over at Kyle Smith and Zara Lowe are both standing on the edge of the balcony, like, balancing on the top of it. And each of them has a dart in one hand and they're throwing darts at a dartboard, but like from balancing on the edge of the thing. And other people are like, yeah, like, betting on it and whatever. There's like a little crowd around them cheering. Talia is like, let me in on, I want to play, and she like gets so now there's like this three-way darts game going on over in the corner. Someone else, Jackie, as you like go to get Ronan, you find your sleeve grabbed, your metaphorical sleeve. They reach through you, but someone tries to grab your sleeve. It is Adrian Wu, the ship's navigation officer.
hello.
He tries to pull you aside. Hey, Jackie,
yes.
I have idea. We should do karaoke for everyone. What
That
do you
would
think
be
of
a beautiful
Do we
idea.
have like, does the ship have like a bank of music that we can pull for karaoke?
I do think we have some. Let me see. I'm going through like I've identified 60 songs that have the lyrics.
Okay.
20 of which are normally used in karaoke situations.
20 should be enough. I think we can just start.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me bring everyone together.
Great. Probably for sure you got that really common classic karaoke song, which we'll say at the same time because we know how classic it is. That favorite one. One, two, three. Sweet Caroline. Jackie, why didn't you say anything? I'm confused. It's like did Jackie freeze? Mark, I think you were like floating around. Mark, I think Jackie's glitching.
And I'm back. Sorry
fine.
for that.
She's fine. We keep going.
Trust me, she's fine.
Mark keeps going.
Sorry, I hit a memory error when pulling up Sweet Caroline.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, we should do Never Mind. And you hear like a little bloop from his pocket. He pulls out his little communicator and he goes, "Oh, we're there.
Where?
We're there. We're in the next quadrant."
Whoa. And Jacqueline, like, pushes him without pushing him because she can't, but, like, makes the bodily motions to push him to the corner, like, well, we don't want to ruin Talia's little party. Perhaps we should wait it for after the karaoke?
Are you being sincere or are you
being
trying to accomplish
sincere.
something? Oh,
Being
okay.
sincere.
Or it would be a better reason to celebrate, because I guess celebrating by having to go back to work, maybe not so good. You're right. Maybe we do karaoke first.
We do karaoke first, and then that will be the surprise. I'll just announce karaoke with saying there's a surprise announcement at the end. I think it'll go great.
Okay. Okay, great.
Get back to work.
Let's do karaoke.
Karaoke, everyone!
How do your characters react to karaoke?
Mark loves karaoke.
Mark does?
Yeah.
I respect
Astro
that.
grabs food so he can avoid doing karaoke.
Astro and JB both try to grab food to avoid doing karaoke. And again, there's that like, no, you can have it.
Ronan had just walked away from Victor and put his drink down, and as soon as he hears it, he picks his drink up and goes back to Victor. So tell me about that ship. Goes right back.
Would rather listen to Victor back than do karaoke.
Okay, so
At this point, I have Ivan with me. He's back to my shoulder.
Ba, ba, ba.
I'm gonna see like everybody on the ship just holding arms back and forth, and I'm just in the back. I feel like Ronan's definitely like in it, like he's jamming, but he's still standing with Victor because I think Victor's just off to the side mainly because he's just old. And
Yeah.
that's all.
I think Talia does a rousing version of Toto.
Yes.
No music has come out. No new music has come out.
Well, it's the classics. The ship has flown out with this like it's like when you get like a new iPod or whatever and it has like Beethoven's Fifth on it. It's
Yeah.
like the ship only has like the public domain like old music on there.
That's fun.
Astro probably would have joined Ronan on the side.
Okay.
I would have had to pour up a drink for Astro.
So there's some karaoke happening. It sounds like only Mark is participating. Is that right? Or is
I'm
Jackie just
participating.
Okay,
On
so
the other side.
Mark and Jackie, I would like you both to roll for how well you do at karaoke.
Come on, I fucking love karaoke, please.
I just want you to know.
Astro and I are
You can-
enjoying like a
Mark's
special
gonna try
bottle.
really
He's never,
hard.
like, pulled
What-
out.
You can choose which ability. You just have to justify how you use it.
Mike.
I'm just gonna say, if I roll low, it's because I'm doing robotic voice. If I roll high, I'm just playing the audio clip of the singer. And I'm just 18.
18. You just
Damn.
play the MP3 song and then just lip sync as Jackie.
That's
Like an idol.
He's just going for it.
He's going for it.
doing it
Go
as
for it.
is.
stop.
4.
4.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
I bet you were all set up to do your favorite karaoke song, and then you locked eyes with Dean right as you were about to start singing. Dean's just like,
That's life.
I'm having a conversation with Dean, and we're just both looking at you at the stage.
That's what all the people say.
yeah, they look over like they're talking about you.
Just a balloon pops. One of the ones I've got. It's just I'm flailing around. I refuse to turn off the thing.
Incredible.
Hold on, I can't. I forgot that I can steady myself.
Incredible.
Halfway done.
And then at the end of karaoke, Adrian Wu, whose idea it was to do it, jumps up and goes, I have an announcement, everybody. We've made it. We're in the next quadrant. We're ready to explore. And he hits a button and he like changes your viewport or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Imagine my mouse working.
No, please.
Oh,
Did he render a whole new thing
we got
just
new-
for us?
no, we got new stuff. Whoa.
Welcome to Quadrant Delta 4.
Whoa, not Gamma.
Oh no, it's all the raisin characters. Remember the raisin guys? They used to be the raisin mascots.
No.
This is where they came from. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, I
My
do,
grandma had
yes.
them all the time. They're like the giant prude looking guys.
The shock that you have at people not knowing who the raisin guys are.
My great grandmother loved them. She had the little figure.
Your great grandmother, who's always fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
She's fine.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Well, anyway, this is Quadrant Delta 4. Delta 4 is a large planetoid mass with ice rings around it.
Ooh.
And then there is the light source of this area is actually further in system. It's just a big star, like a normal solar system would be. You're not in a nebula or anything. It's just a single star. It's kind of blasting outward, so it's very directional light. You get these kind of light rays that are filtered through kind of the dust and reflecting off the ice rings, and like it's much brighter than EN Alpha 1 was, which was more like hints of blue across like a mostly dark kind of rocky landscape. And the Spirit of Inquiry begins heading deeper in system so that you can begin exploring for more cosmetaline. As that's happening, however...
we need the plot hook.
Well, that's your plot hook.
Well, we need
as
the
that
negative
announcement happens, Dragomir Hunt, chief researcher, kind of sidesteps over to where Mark and Astro and Ronan are standing together. Jackie, you may or may not materialize your essence there, but it's the holodeck, so you hear everything in here, right? Like you're gonna take in all the sensory stuff. But he just kind of quietly walks up to everyone and he goes, "Now this is where the sensors indicated that cosmetaline may be, but it is also where we think Voyager 2 came from." And we'll find out if that's accurate or not in the next episode of the Winged Badger Tavern, which will be in like an hour. So, chill.
1 hour.
We're chilling. You're chilling.
Go get a snack.
Everyone's chilling. We're going to get snacks. Yeah.
We'll be right back with these messages.
With these messages, not after these messages.
Yeah, we're coming with the message.
Okay.